We're live.
All right, guys, welcome to Daredevil Season 2 review. We're reviewing the first 4 episodes. This is Thunder E here. Thank you very much for joining. Apologize for start at 4:15. We had a bunch of technical difficulties. But with me here is Mr. Lou Rod, a.k.a. Majin Rod. How's it going, man?
I'm good. Let's talk some Daredevil.
All right. So don't mind me as I wear my Deadpool t-shirt because I don't have a Daredevil t-shirt yet. But anyway, let's talk some Daredevil. So season 2, we're all excited about season 1. It was solid. I still think the best show Marvel has put out on TV. Jessica Jones doesn't come to snuff. It was good, but does not. I'm sorry. I just have to state that clearly here. Now, the first 4 episodes, first thing I'll tell you, it really concentrates on the Punisher. So,
I think the way they broke it down was that was his arc. Now we're getting into the other arc. I'm not going to say nothing, just the other arc.
The other arc. So let's deal with this one. So it starts with the Punisher, but I will say though, what I liked about it is even from the very first episode, it kind of immediately went in. You kind of saw some of the void that was left from Wilson Fisk going away. To a certain degree, having Fisk around made sure that everything was in check in terms of crime, in terms of like how widespread crime was. Now, yeah,
that's why he was the kingpin.
Exactly. So you get to see that. You see the costume. They made some alterations from last year, but he also has a newer costume. He's also going to get. He meets the Punisher in the very first episode towards the end. That's where you get that scene in the rain, and then him using like they both fight in the rain. Was that episode 1 or 2? No, that was episode 2.
I think that was 2.
My bad. Sorry, that's episode 2. But episode 1, they do get a little fight there in episode 1, and
rain.
It wasn't rain, but he got shot. Daredevil.
Spoiler.
Sorry, I mean he's not dead. Come on, I mean he got shot. I wouldn't tell you how or where, but he got shot. Okay? So in terms of characters, the main characters we saw in the first 4 episodes were the Punisher, Daredevil, Foggy, and the assistant. I can't remember her name. Start off with Karen. Yes, start with Punisher. What do you think about Punisher?
He's all right. He's pretty cool. I'm liking what they've done with him. He's channeled his inner Shane and made it better.
Yeah, I was gonna say the same thing. Yeah, it was his inner Shane that came in, and he's like, man, you're Rick, you're a Kung Fu Rick. That's what I'm gonna call you in my head.
And Foggy and Karen are still the same annoying characters from season 1.
Yeah, yes, they are. But I like the fact that Foggy at least had a little, especially when we went to the hospital. It gave Foggy a little bit more balance. That okay, now at least he's remember he initially was complaining, but once when Daredevil told him that story, he kind of was like, okay, let me simmer down a little bit. But I like the fact that he had that hospital scene there, because then
that was cool.
Yeah, that made more sense for him because he's his best friend. He's the only person who is going to always look for him.
I like the way the night nurse ties everything together.
See, I like that, and
without saying names, the way she just tied it was cool.
It's a cool tie-up, and we find out from her the way the timing in the universe. So basically, Jessica Jones takes place. It takes place after Daredevil, season 1, but also just recently as season 2 starts. So the time.
Not much of a gap.
Well, there's more of a gap between Daredevil season 1 and season 2, but between Jessica Jones and Daredevil, it's much closer. Yeah, because Wilson Fisk has been away at least for some time. They didn't specify when.
And I like what they've done with him. We don't need to see him on camera, but his name is just being thrown out there. Like he still commands a presence.
Oh yeah, he definitely does. And you see some of the gang violence. They had the biker gang, which is in the comic book, the Kings of the Road, King. Oh, I can't remember the name of the biker gang.
Dog.
Hell's Dogs. Thank you. They're in the comic books. Then we see the Irish gang also. They had a little mini. They had their own another version of the hallway sequence again. This time it wasn't one cut.
That wasn't a hallway sequence. That was a whole kit and caboodle.
Yeah, well, yeah, okay. That's a hallway down the steps type sequence.
That's a long staircase.
Yeah, that's a long staircase sequence, which is actually pretty cool. So
it was. I like how.
And you love the scene because basically, I'll put it this way: Daredevil has a chain in one hand that he uses like it's like Wonder Woman using a lasso whip, except it's a chain. And then
it was kind of he kind of channeled his inner Ghost Rider there.
Yeah, exactly. A little bit of that. So that was cool to see in there. What else? What else can we?
Chain in one hand, gun in the other.
Yeah, exactly. Chain in one hand and gun in the other. But just moving back to, I'm just going to share this image here. Moving back to the Punisher. One of the things I liked about the Punisher is the fact that, here we go, Shane. I mean, he really steered, especially episode 4. You get to episode 4 where you get more of his backstory,
which was great.
Especially how it came out. You saw it from 2 different angles too. One from him and one from Karen. I think Karen, right? Yeah. You saw that action. It was great to see that. It was a nice narrative that.
See, we didn't see this.
Yeah. This is just a shot from the set. This is where he bought the
equipment.
The equipment, yeah. This is a good scene because it showed us the limits Punisher has, even for himself. Because at first, when you start the show, he's just killing every bad guy, right? Just wiping them out. That's how, I mean, even from the trailers, it's not like a spoiler. It's just he's wiping out bad guys. And then he goes to buy equipment, that he needs. And
that first shot we got of him doing his job was awesome.
Yeah.
And it's like, whoa.
And then the guy, this is just another shot here. This was at the
Rory
playground. But the thing about it is that he gets to that store to buy equipment. He buys the equipment, is about to leave, and the guy's offering him all these other things, DVDs to buy and things. It's like, what do you want?
Yeah, he's offering him some porn.
He's like, do you want Bondage and Submission, Grannies, Girl and Girl, or do you want little girls?
And that set him off.
And rightfully so. So, but it just showed us, like, sometimes, look where the Punisher is and, how his psyche goes through. Even that discussion when he had they had a sit down discussion between him and Daredevil, sort of sit down. Daredevil was in chains. The chains you've seen in the posters and trailers. And they had a lengthy discussion. About where you are, who you think I am. Like, you're just a bad day away from being me.
I'm a little confused. Was he always military or was he a cop?
He was a cop. So they changed it to him being military because of the skill sets.
Okay.
That's why he's a Marine. And
that's what I thought. He was a cop. And
he's a cop. He's always been a cop in the comics. But he trains in military because they want to tie in the story. So part of the story, I'm not going to spoil it for you, but something has to do with either an agency.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, if you now go back to the same agency that messed up Jessica Jones.
And also messed up, what's his face?
Luke Cage.
Well, not Luke Cage. The other
it's also Daredevil. Now, if you think about the connection, right?
But also with Jessica Jones, we got the guy that was popping the pills. Yeah, I think he's part of the same organization.
That might be the main villain for the Defenders, because if you think about it, also, like, I'm not exactly sure if they're exactly the same time. I'm not sure if the same accident. I don't think it's the same accident. I was going to say maybe they tied in the same accident Jessica Jones had with the accident that caused Daredevil to go blind, but I don't think so. I think that was out of state, and this one was in New York. But it's the same chemicals per se.
Yeah.
So everything is linked, but it's very subtle. Like, you won't pick it if you don't pay close attention or across the board. So there is some agency, which is why I think they changed it from him from being a cop to, military. A Marine, because, especially the military going overseas, just like the other guy too, in Jessica Jones,
Duke Nukem.
I can't remember. No, something Patriot.
The moronic patriot.
Yeah. So when you tie those in together, it makes a lot of sense in there. But it was It was solid. I mean, so far I'm enjoying the 4 episodes, and I like the way episode 4 ended. It was an introduction into the new arc. I actually won't say, I won't spoil it. You know what it is, but even though I knew what was coming, the way it happened.
But see, it makes it good because I don't think we're done with the Punisher.
No, we're not done. I think the Punisher's coming back, but I think also
again,
I won't spoil it. I think what it is that they wanted to introduce him and wanted to throw us back into that world immediately because they needed something to galvanize. And you think about it, right? He's already taken out Kingpin. Everyone's afraid of Daredevil now, right? And then somebody else comes who's worse. So he's now, have to throw him back into the fire. So all of us go, oh yeah, this is the show we remember. And then you now build back that main story with the Hand that we know is coming, So that's what they want. And then the Punisher comes back again. And mind you, I won't spoil it, but that's just pretty much it. So, I mean, so far, you like the first 4 episodes?
The first 4 episodes were great, a solid beginning. And I like the way they're not overbearing with the curse words. Yeah. They just drop them a little here or a little there. It's been pretty good. And like I said, the only two that annoy me is Foggy and Karen. But Foggy not so much this season so far. But Karen just seems to annoy me.
Well, Karen, I mean, I've forgotten her. She becomes a superpowered. She has powers eventually. Is he no Hellcat? She's not Hellcat, is she?
No.
No, sorry, that's Hellcat the other girl. Is Jessica Jones' friend. But I think she also becomes someone. But her character also needs to go. I liked what happened when she was investigating. That part I liked about her, and I want to see more of that. That gives her something else to do than being that other,
So what? She thinks she's Batman?
No, it's not that. But at least
she wants to be a detective and shit.
No, but it's not that. Though. It makes the character have more sense.
Dude, she's just the annoying secretary. Go back behind the desk and pencil push.
Wow.
I don't like her. I'm not. I couldn't stand her in season 1, and she's really rubbing me the wrong way in season 2.
No, she's actually, to me, she's much better this season. Just because they've given her more stuff to do. If you give her something else to do, then that puts her away from being an annoying character. It's like Laurel. And
there's no helping Laurel.
Yeah. Was there episodes this week?
No, everything comes back next week.
Okay.
With the exception of Legends. Legends comes back at the end of the month.
Okay. All right. So anyway, that's it, guys. That's our review of the first 4 episodes. Join us for Comic Crunch at 7 p.m. What are we covering this week in Comic Crunch? I can't remember. We have
Dead Girl and Shield.
Yeah, Dead Girl, Walking Dead, Supergirl, Shield. A lot of stuff. There's a lot of BVS stuff still going on. Some more news and rumors wrap up. So stay tuned till then. Otherwise, thank you very much and subscribe to the channel.